Hello. Today we're going to go through something called translations and reflections. This is something that I found that some people find really difficult when they initially see it, but I'm going to try to explain it in a way that kind of makes it common sense. So let's give it a shot. Before we do that though, let's go through a starter. So what's the equation of the line? Going through these two things. Have a go and then let's talk about it. And you can use Desmos for these. I just have this graph on the right for the sake of it. Okay, so what is the equation of a line that goes through 2, 1? So 2, 1 is about here. Yeah, if I could draw accurately, that'd be good. And then -2, -7, which is about here. So then you draw your line, which looks like this. Very good, very accurate. Obviously, the line should go on forever, but I'm drawing it on an iPad, so I don't want to. We can find the slope. We already have the y-intercept, don't we? That's -3. And then we can draw the slope, because it's going to look something like this. So it goes from -7 to 1, that's 8. It goes from -2 to 2, that's 4. So my slope is rise over run, 8 divided by 4, which is 2. So slope equals 8 divided by 4, which is 2. And my y-intercept, y-int, is -3. So the equation of my line is y equals 2x. I was going to say plus 3 there, it's -3. Let's just get rid of that random line there, because I don't want that. So y equals 2x minus 3. If you got that, well done. And then it goes through point -1, 2 and has a slope of 3. We'll do this in orange. So -1, 2 is about here. A slope of 3, remember a slope has to be a fraction. So I just write it over 1, don't I? And then it's always rise over run. So that tells me how far I go to the right. That tells me how far up I go. That's supposed to be an arrow upwards. Yep, beautiful arrow. And then I go 1 right, 3 up. 1 right, 3 up. And I could keep doing that forever, but I only really do it till I get the y-intercept. So my equation of my line is y equals slope x, 3x, and then my y-intercept's 5, so plus 5. If you got both of those, you're the best in the world. If you didn't, don't worry, I hope I made sense. Okay, so you don't actually have to do this investigation, but I find that all leading research at the moment says that if you actually investigate stuff and you can come up with ideas yourself, you're more likely to remember it. So have a look at these if you want to. I'm going to wait 30 seconds and then I'm going to 30 seconds. I'm going to wait for like 5 seconds. You pause the video, have a look at the questions, see what you think, and then I'm going to show you what you actually should have done. Okay, so these are the lines then. Y equals 3x, y equals 3x plus 5, y equals 3x minus 4. And the questions say, what is the same for all these lines? What is different, right? Now, I'm hoping you could probably done this just based on the actual line itself, the actual equation itself, right? Y equals 3x, y equals 3x, and y equals 3x obviously have the same slope. Y equals 3x plus 5, and y equals 3x minus 4, and y equals 3x plus 0. That's all their y-intercepts. What's important about this, though, if we just look at the black line, we can see that the red line is exactly the same. It's just been shifted up 5 spaces, and every single point has been shifted up 5 spaces, right? If we look at the blue line, every single black line, that has been shifted down 4 points. And so we can see that whatever the plus or minus is here is just effectively shifting the line, the exact line, up or down. And so that there is called a translation. And so if I asked you, can you stand up and just translate yourself to the other side of the room or wherever you are, I'm effectively saying, can you move? You're still you still have the same slope, I hope, whatever that means, but you've now moved somewhere else. So the word translation is just another word for move. So as we said, all these lines are parallel. They all have the same slope, right? They have the same slope. All the lines have different y-intercepts. All these are the same lines, but they've just been shifted up or down. They have been translated. Yeah, they've been translated. So what is a translation? To translate a line means to shift its position without changing its slope. So effectively, it's just move it. Translation of a line affects the b value. So y equals mx plus b, the b value is changed. So if I say shift it up 7, you're just going to add 7 to the b value. If I say shift it down 3 or translate it down 3, it's going to take away 3 from the b value. Basically, a line moves up or down based on the change of the b value, nothing else. So here's an example. Given the line y equals 7x is translated up 3 units, state the slope, the y-intercept, and write the equation of the line. So the slope will stay the same because the translation does not affect the slope, so the slope is 7. The slope at the y-intercept at the moment is 0, right? Because technically it's a plus 0. If it's translated up 3 units, I'm just going to add 3 to that. So it's going to be plus 3. My equation of a line then is y equals 7x plus 3. Hopefully that makes sense. Let's have a look at another one. Oh no, and then now it's your go. So have a quick go, have a go at these questions, and I will go through them shortly. Okay, explain what it means to translate a line. Effectively, you're going to move up or down, and you should say something along the lines of slope stays same. Slope stays same. Something like that, right? Consider the graph of the line y equals x on the right. Cool. Sketch the graph of the line after it undergoes translation of 2 units. So notice how every single time I go right 1, I go up 1, because that is 1x, isn't it? Yeah? So if it shifts 2 up, so it's going to be going from here, it's still going to go right 1, up 1, still going to go right 1, up 1. It's going to look something like that. But you could have just drawn y equals x plus 2, couldn't you? Does translating the line affect the slope? No. If the given line is translated down 3 units, what is the new y-intercept? The given line is the y equals x, right? So if it shifted 3 down, it's going to be here. It's going to be at minus 3. So minus 3. If the given line is translated up 4 units, what is the equation of the resultant line? Y equals x plus 4. The line y equals 3x translated 7 units up. Y equals 3x plus 7. Okay. Hopefully that makes sense. That's translation. Cool. And there's all the answers there if you want them. I don't know. I kind of could go through the answers, didn't I? So, whatever. Okay, another investigation. Have a look at these 2 lines. What is the same? What is different? Here they are. That is y equals 3x and y equals negative 3x. I think when I took this screenshot, my mouse just happened to be here, so it looks like a line or something. It's not. It's just y equals negative 3x. I'm just terrible at doing this. Okay, what do we notice? So, they're same steepness, aren't they? This is same steepness. It's the same steepness. Just one's going up and one's going down. Same steepness. And they also have the same y-intercept. Isn't that interesting? Same y-intercept. So, one of them was y equals 3x. One of them is y equals negative 3x. They are technically the same steepness, just one's positive, one's negative. And if you look at it, like this point here, this one right here, is 1, 3, right? And then this, negative 1, 3. And this point down here is going to be negative 1, negative 3. So all the coordinates then have kind of just been reflected, haven't they? They've been reflected off this axis here, and this is the x-axis. So all of these lines here, all these points, have been reflected in the x-axis. And so that is what we should have noticed. Here we go. The y-intercept stayed the same. The slope stayed the same steepness, but changed into negative. They look like reflections of each other. And that's what they are. So, reflection. It's called a vertical reflection sometimes. It's also called a reflection in the x-axis. Any question can say any of those things in grade 9, right? So literally, just watch out for that. There is no reflection in the y-axis in grade 9. So it's just one of these 2, right? It can be a vertical reflection, and you know what vertical means, like changes like from up to down to up, or reflection in the x-axis, which just means it reflects in this axis here, doesn't it? Oh, it reflects in this axis here. So this is a mirror. The black line would turn into the green line, wouldn't it, if I put a mirror here? Okay. So this is where every single coordinate is moved to the other side of the x-axis. So 2, 3 becomes 2, negative 3. The y-intercept stays the same. The slope changes sign. That's it. So slope changes sign, y-intercept stays the same. That's it. Cool. Here we go. So, given the line y equals 2 over 3x is vertically reflected, listen, I know that there's a bunch of different words for it, but if you see the word reflect, you know all that's going to change is the sign becomes the other sign. So it was positive, it's now negative. It was negative, now it's positive. The y-intercept, whatever it is, does not change. So, here we go. State the slope if it's been vertically reflected. Now the slope is negative 2 over 3. The y-intercept doesn't change, so 0. What is the equation of the line? Y equals negative 2 over 3x plus 0. Woo. Okay, your go. I'm going to quickly take a drink, I'm sorry. Okay, explain what's meant to reflect a line in the x-axis. All coordinates, I guess it should be all y coordinates. Oh no, where you go? What's happening? All y coordinates change. So, for example, 2, 3 becomes 2 minus 3. Change sign, I guess I should say. Sketch the graph of the line shown above after it undergoes a vertical reflection. Oh, I think that was supposed to be the y equals x. I just didn't copy it properly. But, for example, if y equals x looks like this, then the other one would look exactly like this, right? However many this went up, so if it went one right, one up, this would go one right and one down, right? You still go right. The graph of the line y equals 2x undergoes a vertical reflection in the x-axis, whatever. Sketch the graph of the transformed line. So we know it's going to be y equals negative 2x. Yeah? So the slope's negative 2. The equation of the line is y equals negative 2x. And it would look like this, right? For every 1 I go right, I go 2 down. For every 1 I go right, I go 2 down. And it would look something like that. And you would just say, I don't know, that's negative 2. That's 1. Not a great sketch, to be honest, but honestly, as long as you understand it, that's all that matters. Okay. Obviously, if you can translate, that just changes the y-intercept. If you can reflect, that just changes the slope to become a negative version of whatever it was, right? Negative to positive, positive to negative. If both of them happen at the same time, then obviously different things can happen, right? So obviously they will affect one or the other or both. So let's have a look. State the equation of the line y equals negative 5x after it undergoes each of the following transformations. So if it's a translation 8 units up, this only affects the y-axis. So only affects the y-intercept, right? So my question will be, my answer would be y equals negative 5x plus 8. A vertical reflection only changes the slope. So this would become y equals 5x. So this is slope. If it's a reflection in the x-axis, again, a reflection, don't care if it's x-axis or whatever, it's just vertical reflection, same. It's a reflection, so therefore it changes the slope, and then a translation down 10 units. I'm going to change the negative to become positive, so it's going to be y equals 5x, and then it's going to be translated down 10 units, so down 10, like that. Okay. One last example, and then you'll go. State the transformations that can be applied to the graph y equals 1 over 4x to obtain the graph of the line y equals negative 1 over 4x. So, plus 7. Please note then that obviously it changed from a plus to a minus. So it is a vertical reflection or vertical reflection. If I could write, that'd be amazing. Vertical, yeah. Vertical reflection, and that's what changes the slope. And then we somehow just gained 7 y-intercepts, right? Which went up 7. So we would say translation up 7 units. Okay. Hopefully all of that makes sense. There are 2 pages of questions. There are 2 pages of answers. Do whatever ones you want, I guess. And then the answers are there. And if any of the answers don't make a lot of sense, email me. I guess. I don't know. Do you want me to do some of these? I guess I could do some. Okay, have a go. I'll keep the video going for another 5 minutes. And I'll literally blitz through this as quickly as possible just to try and make sense. I mean, the answers are there, but I find that sometimes people like me saying words. So I can do that as well. Have a go. Okay, question 7. It says, yes, all right. In question 7, look, it won't stop. In question 7, in each of the graphs on the right, the dashed line was transformed to give the solid line. So the dashed line turns into solid line. So this one went from 0 as a y-intercept to negative 8 as a y-intercept. So what happened? It got translated down 8 units. Right, for A. For B, it's been reflected, isn't it? Reflected vertically. The graph, because it changed slope, right? It went from negative to positive to negative, sorry. The graph of the line y equals negative half x shown on the left undergoes a translation shift up 3 units. Sketch the graph, right? So change the y-intercept to be up 3 more, and then literally, like if you want to work out the slope, you can, or just pick a bunch of points on here and move them up 3. So for example, here, move it up 3, 1, 2, 3, now it's here. Here, move it up 3, 1, 2, 3. Now you can see the equation of the line, so then just draw your line. But obviously your line's going to be better than mine, because for some reason, mine is just making it go up like slightly higher than I'm actually drawing on. Okay. Equation of the line, y equals negative a half x plus 3. Okay, the graph y equals negative a half x shown on the left undergoes a reflection in the x-axis. Okay, sketch the graph, right? So it was a negative a half x, so therefore you know it's going to be positive a half x, which again means you're going to go 2 to the right and 1 up. So it starts here, 2 to the right, 1 up, 2 to the right, 1 up, 2 to the right, 1 up, and it can look something like that. Sketch the graph, did that, state the equation, y equals a half x, right? It was positive, now it's negative, or it was negative, now it's positive, whatever. Okay, last page. Okay, in general, how does reflecting a line in the x-axis affect its slope, plus to minus, or vice versa? I can't bother to write a whole sentence there. State the equation of the line y equals negative 8x after it undergoes each of the following transformations. So translation up 14 units is going to be y equals negative 8x plus 14. Vertical reflection, y equals 8x, so the slope stays the same but becomes positive. Translation down, some units, who cares, y equals negative 8x take away 3.5. And then reflection in the x-axis followed by a translation up. Reflection changes slope, so y equals 8x. Translation up 6 units plus 6. State the vertical transformations that can be applied to the graph y equals 4 over 3x. So it's same slope, went down 17. So I'm just going to put translation down 17. That's a 17. Yeah. Oh, come on. 17. Slope has changed because it went from positive to negative. So this is a vertical reflection. This one, the slope has stayed the same. It's still positive, but it's gone up by 15. It doesn't matter if the 15's in front of it or behind it. That's still a positive 15. So it's being translated up 15. And then this one is change sign, so vertical reflection. And then it's being translated down 2 over 3. When in the test, don't just write T or VR, because I don't know if you know. Because like at the moment you're hearing me speak, so you know I'm talking translation. Do me a favor and just write the word, because it makes my life so much easier, especially on the little mini quizzes and stuff, because you already know the mini quizzes are a pain. Okay, a container which is initially empty is filled with water at a rate of 53.4 litres per minute. Create an equation to model the volume. Okay, so it says initially empty, so we know it's plus 0, and then this is your rate. So it's y equals 53.4x. Or, if you want to be the way they want it, v equals 53.4t. What change to the original situation would result in the graph of the line from part A being translated up 87.5 units? Well, it said it was initially empty, and now it says it's being translated 87.5 units up. So that means it had 87.5 litres already in the container. Okay, what transformation can be applied to the graph of y equals 5 over 6x plus 7 to get the line at y equals 5 over 6x minus 4? It was at plus 7, it's now at minus 4, so it's gone down 11, hasn't it? So it's literally a translation down by 11. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. That's the end of today. I hope you have a good day.